The Mighty No.9 demo was finally released, and boy is it a nice sized demo. It's actually 4 stages long, and I thought it was going to be a lot shorter than that, and they really gave us something to chew on and digest properly. And I say digest properly because it's not a timed demo. You can actually play it 10 years down the road if you still have those files, so that's pretty cool, and thanks for that, guys. Now, this isn't a full review or anything. This is something I call a no bullshit first impression. There has been a ton of hype surrounding this game, and not all of it's good. We've become a spoiled generation of gamers, and no one is ever happy with anything that's done anymore. Yet, these same games go on to be the biggest games, and some of them are good, despite all the hate that they received. These people bashing them still buy and play them, and that's just something I'll never understand. The dev cycle for Mighty No.9 has been hell, but it's one hell I haven't been paying attention to.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
So enough about all that. I don't really care to rant about that right now. I'm here to talk about the game, so let's jump into it. Playing the game as the hero Beck, you come to expect all the regular mechanics of a Mega Man game, so don't think you're going to be out of place when playing. There are a lot of buttons to use, but with that comes a few new abilities. Learning the controls took all of 2 seconds, seriously. The game has a nice way of teaching you to play, and there's a challenge mode that teaches you a lot about the game before you actually start it up. Stage design isn't anything too special, but I still think it captures the atmosphere of the area you are navigating. They can be colorful and full of life in the background, more so than anything in the military stage. I like how the stage progresses from an entranceway into a war factory, then merging into a hangar full of jets. It really made me feel like I was on a mission, but it all kinda has that Mega Man powered up designed feel, and I don't know how I feel about the chibi enemies and stuff like that. Oh, also, the music! Platforming is spot on and very fluid, and the gameplay is very fulfilling. This should make a fun game to watch or try to speedrun. Some of the platforming can be a little tricky and challenges your patience and also your timing. The oil platform has the most traps on it so far. There is the traditional insta-kill spikes. Certain parts of the stage are covered with oil, and the ground can get set on fire if you don't take these enemies out in a certain amount of time once they appear on the screen. There are these huge fire rods too that spin. They're all over the map, and they take up some decent screen real estate. And towards the end of the stage, there is a huge fuck you running section. If these pipes don't fall and kill you in one shot, the fireballs falling from the sky will most likely make you drop like a sack of potatoes. Beck has a sick dash, and it can be done over and over in the air, but it's not called a dash, they call it accelerate. When enemies take a certain amount of damage, they start to glow. That will allow you to absorb them. Now, to lend you a helping hand, they give you a couple of different kind of power-ups, and they can be gained by assimilating certain baddies. There is also a crouch dash that helps you get past low walls and certain low-hanging death traps. Beck can also do a quick fall. Just make sure there's ground beneath you. You won't stop falling till you hit the ground or a death pit. There are a few other techniques, not just dashing and absorbing. If you hold the right trigger and press A, will allow you to jump the opposite direction of the enemy that you're facing in an arc. But pressing right trigger and B, you will jump back, but will also proceed to shoot a barrage of shots toward the ground, hitting anything on it. The boss fights are fast-paced and full of action. They were the shining crown of this demo. As a matter of fact, each boss is a toss-up of platforming and dueling. During the fight with Pyro, which is probably one of the toughest bosses in the demo, the walls of the oil tank you're fighting in are on fire. You have to dodge him as he charges and jumps at you. Each time he lands from these jumps, he causes an explosion. Diona is the electric type boss. Her main attack is throwing these little metal contacts at you. If you get hit by one, they stick in you. Then you must proceed to jump in place and shake the stick to shake it off. If not, she uses her electric attack to make each ball a point of contact for a thunderbolt. With many of them on the screen, it can become a pain, so dispersing of them properly is probably a really good idea. And the last boss for the demo is Battalion, and he's pretty much a smaller Metal Gear. Mini nuke and all. He's also got the attitude of Lee Ermey, and it's quite funny to be honest.
War machine! A tool of senseless destruction!
He jumps around shooting at you in a few different patterns, nothing too crazy. It's when he launches the nuke into the wall you have to worry. If Bat decides to blow it up and you're standing on that side of the screen, say goodbye. Alright guys, so that was my first impression of Mighty No.9. Now, I really enjoyed playing through it multiple times. I think I've beaten it like 3 or 4 times already. And like I said, it's not timed, so you can play this as many times as you fucking want, really. My only hope for this game is that it comes out really soon, and when it does come out, it better have a difficulty mode, because if there's not more enemies placed on the screen or more strategically placed or something like that, it was really easy to run through once you learn the patterns of everything. Like, it was really fucking easy, so if this game doesn't have a difficulty mode, it could really bog it down. Anyway guys, I'm Rewind Mike. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.